Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings, and definitely it's all about the Indian Premier League 2017 matches. Two good matches happened today. One was a match which was really interestingly placed. In fact, let me first talk about the first team actually entering the playoffs, and Mumbai Indians have confirmed their place in the playoff. They have become the first team to confirm the place in the Indian Premier League 2017 playoffs, as Mumbai Indians today racked up a score of 212 for 3 and registered a very huge victory, which was a record which was set in the Indian Premier League. This was the highest margin of victory that any team has recorded in the 10 seasons of IPL history, as Mumbai Indians made history today when after making a massive total of 212 for 3, they bowled out the Daredevils for just 66 runs, and as I said, Mumbai Indians marched into the playoffs, and also they actually they set a record for the highest margin of victory when they beat the Delhi Daredevils by 146 runs, which is a record in IPL history. And also, as I said, they went into the playoffs. They became the first team to qualify for the playoffs. Now, Mumbai Indians. So that is as far as Mumbai Indians are concerned. The next match that happened was this was the match which happened first. Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Rising Pune Super Giants. Rising Pune Super Giants. It was not an easy pitch to bat on. Let me tell you, it was a two-pace pitch, and the batting was never really easy. So Rising Pune Super Giants managed to put on 148 for 8 of their 20 overs. Sunrisers Hyderabad were definitely on course, I would say, when Yuvraj Singh and Naman Oja were at the crease. But that man Javed Unadkat, he took all the last 5 wickets. The score would have been probably 117 for 4 when Yuvraj was the crease, and Yuvraj was looking good too. And one thought that, with Yuvraj Singh and Naman Oja at the crease, Sunrisers Hyderabad probably would have thought that they were definitely on course. And then look at what Javed Unadkat did. He once went on to pick up the wicket of Yuvraj Singh and Naman Oja, and then in the last over, it came down to the wire where 13 runs were required of the final over. It was given to Javed Unadkat. Javed Unadkat bowled a sensational over. In fact, he bowled a maiden hat-trick over. This is something, I think, unparalleled as far as IPL history is concerned. Probably there are only 2 bowlers who have taken hat-tricks. One is Lasith Malinga and the other one is Samuel Badri. But I think, a hat-trick maiden over in the final over of the match is something which, hats off to Javed Unadkat. Used his slower ball to absolutely good effect, as he was the one chief wrecker. He was the man of the match, taking 5 wickets for 30 runs, and that was tremendous stuff. He came back in brilliant fashion in the final overs, and so that is something that I'll be talking about. But first, let's definitely talk about this game because, as I said, it was a very exciting game. So let's have a look at what really happened. So Rising Pune Super Giants were taking on the Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Rajiv Gandhi Uppal Stadium, and this was played at Hyderabad. So it was the home turf of the Sunrisers Hyderabad. And Sunrisers Hyderabad won the toss and, as usual, decided to put the Rising Pune Super Giants to bat. And what one saw right from the beginning on this pitch was that this pitch was not an easy pitch. It was a two-pace pitch. The ball was not really coming easily onto the bat, and one had to really be a bit watchful. It all started off with Tripathi being run out by a good throw by Bipul Sharma for 1. After that, Ajinkya Rahane and Stephen Smith had their troubles. They were really going at a very slow pace. Basically, as I said, they couldn't force the pace because of the two-paced nature of the wicket, and Rahane and Smith had to bide that time, and thus the power play overs did not realize much at all, as the score read 39, and that was the time Bipul Sharma was the one who picked up Rahane's wicket for 22 of 20 deliveries with 1 6. Stephen Smith was joined in by Ben Stokes. Stephen Smith himself also I have to say one more thing, that Rising Pune Super Giants did not have a single boundary hit. They had a 6 hit by Ajinkya Rahane, but other than that, they did not have a single boundary hit in those overs. Probably in 10 overs, there were no boundaries at all, and that was really dried up, and it was not easy. In fact, Ashish Nehra just bowled 1.1 overs. Siddharth Kaul was bowling a good line. Rashid Khan was also doing a very good job. In fact, the Stephen Smith and Ben Stokes in the middle, but Stephen Smith was definitely struggling. He was not able to really get in terms with this two-paced nature of the pitch. But Ben Stokes was the one who started it all and really gave a sort of a real boost to the score by smacking some sixes. Yes, when Rashid Khan was bowling, it was definitely tough, and Rashid Khan was the man who actually picked up the wicket of Stokes. But Stokes, one thing he did is he was the only one who got to terms with this pitch with 39 of 25 deliveries. But Rashid Khan bowled a superb delivery. The ball was pitched on the middle stump. Ben Stokes was he was actually coming down the wicket, and in the process he missed it, and his off stump was removed off the ground. So Ben Stokes was gone bowled by Rashid Khan, and Rashid Khan was brilliant to the ball today. Dhoni came in, and Dhoni actually carried on in the same vein. And before that, we saw Stephen Smith being a victim. Stephen Smith trying to carve a delivery through the I thought it was through the slips cordon, actually fell into the hands of Bipul Sharma, took the catch with the bowling of Siddharth Kaul for 34 of 39, dealt with absolutely no boundaries. But Dhoni came in and caned the bowling. He went after Bhuvneshwar Kumar in a big way in the death overs to hit 19 of a single over, and MS Dhoni was the only man after Stokes to really give a real bashing to this particular lineup, that is Sunrisers Hyderabad bowlers. So Dhoni's contribution was 31 of 21 deliveries, 2 4s and 2 6s. But then Daniel Christian was out for 4 to the bowling of Kaul. Tiwari was run out for 9. Washington Sundar not out 1. Thakur duck. Unadkat not out not. And the Rising Pune Super Giants managed to put on 148 for 8 on the board of 20 overs. The bowling, Bhuvneshwar Kumar getting a bit of real bashing at the hands of Dhoni. Other than that, he bowled well. 4 overs, no maiden, none for 39. Ashish Nehra, for some reason, probably due to injury, could not bowl, which was sad. 1.1 over, no maiden, none for 5. Siddharth Kaul, 4 overs, 4 for 29, was very impressive. Rashid Khan did his job to a nicety. He is always someone who is having a great IPL, I would say. 4 overs, no maiden, 1 wicket for 18. Moises on wickets, 2.5 overs, no maiden, none for 15. Bipul Sharma, 4 overs, 1 for 39. He was a bit costly at the other end. Now, it was the matter of Sunrisers Hyderabad chasing 148 for victory. And let's see what happens. The start between David Warner and Shikhar Dhawan started, and they definitely were getting runs pretty easily, even though the pitch was a two-pace pitch. Javed Unadkat was not able to get anything out of the Washington Sundar. Javed Unadkat was being belted by David Warner. Washington Sundar was the one who was having some handle on the openers, David Warner and Shikhar Dhawan. And Shikhar Dhawan also hit a 6 of the bowling of Washington Sundar. And then so Javed Unadkat and Washington Sundar could not do anything in the power play. But Ben Stokes coming in really had things started happening for the Rising Pune Super Giants, as Ben Stokes actually first picked up the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan by actually getting him clean bowled with a ball that came in. Dhawan was gone bowled by Stokes for 19 of 12 deliveries, 2 4s, 1 6. The next to go, he picked up another wicket in the same over when Kane Williamson was done in by beautiful delivery from Ben Stokes. Actually, Ben Stokes was the one who was tailor-made to bowl on this pitch. He actually, the ball, he actually he actually cross-seamed the delivery, and Kane Williamson got the ball, which actually lifted on him, and Dhoni took the catch. He was gone for 4, and then Stokes went on to pick up the most important wicket of David Warner, getting him caught by Shardul Thakur for 40 of 34 balls, 4 4s and 1 6. And when Warner left, the score read 83 for 3. They had absolutely nothing to worry about with Moises Enriquez and Yuvraj at the at the crease. But Moises Enriquez, Imran Tahir was also the one who was really troubling. I mean, he was also bowling a good line as well. And Imran Tahir actually clean bowled Moises Enriquez for 4. Yuvraj Singh, on the other hand, was licking in good nick, stroking the boundaries to perfection. And he was doing a good job. Yuvraj Singh was hitting the boundaries and sixes, and Moises Enriquez was gone. And now Yuvraj Singh and Naman Oja were at the crease. And Naman Oja were at the crease, and the score read 117. But when Yuvraj Singh's wicket fell, definitely there was definitely the Sunrisers Hyderabad innings was a bit shaken, because Yuvraj Singh was the highest scorer with 47 of 43 deliveries, 4 fours and 2 sixes in his knock of 47. And this was the start of the problems for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, who were when Yuvraj Singh was at the crease, it looked like it was just a matter of just going through the paces. But unfortunately, it was not the case. It was Javed Unadkat who did the damage. First, he picked up the wicket of Yuvraj Singh for 47. Then he sent back Naman Oja in the same over with the final delivery. Caught Stokes bowled Unadkat for 9 of as many balls with 1-4. And then Ben Stokes came in and bowled a tight over. Rashid Khan did a pretty good job. In fact, Rashid Khan, this was Ben Stokes who actually bowled a tight over in the 19th over, and finally the match came down to the wire with 13 runs required of the final over. Javed Unadkat was the bowler. The first ball was a dot ball. The second ball to Naman Oja was a slower delivery, and also one has to credit Ben Stokes for actually taking 2 swirling catches. First, he took the catch of Naman Oja in the second delivery of the final over, and the third delivery, it was the turn for Bipul Sharma to go. Another slower delivery from Unadkat. Unadkat using the slower deliveries to good effect today on this particular 2-paced pitch, which was good thinking, I thought, on his part. And Unadkat actually picked up the wicket of Bipul Sharma when Stokes took a swirling catch. Another swirling catch was not so easy. So Stokes has to be definitely credited for those 2 catches that he took, which was swirling. Always any catch which is actually swirling in the air, I have to say that it's not easy at all, as we all know. And that's what precisely was the case. After that, we saw that was the second delivery. So second and third deliveries already netted a wicket. And then Rashid Khan was the hat-trick delivery. Rashid Khan played into the hands of Unadkat for 3. Giving himself room to hit it, and played it straight to Unadkat, who gleefully accepted it, and that was the hat-trick in the final over. And after that, he kept both Siddharth Kaul and Bhuvneshwar Kumar quiet. In fact, Bhuvneshwar Kumar was the 5th wicket for Javed Unadkat, and Javed Unadkat, what an over from him. The final over, 13 runs required for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Rising Pune Super Giants won the match by just 13 runs with a maiden. It's a 20th over was a a hat-trick maiden over. A hat-trick maiden over in the final over. Javed Unadkat, man of the match, 136 for 9, and the final over did not, just 12 runs victory for the Rising Pune Super Giants, who have been rising very steadily in this IPL. As far as the bowling was concerned, Unadkat was simply destructive. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 30 runs and 5 wickets. Marvellous bowling from Javed Unadkat. Washington Sundar 3 overs, none for 19. Ben Stokes did his job perfectly as an all-rounder. 4 overs, no maiden, 3 for 30. Imran Tahir, 4 overs, 1 for 24. Shardul Thakur, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 12. And Daniel Christian, 3 overs, which was caned for 21 runs. Javed Unadkat was named man of the match. Well, that is as far as this particular match is concerned. This was the most exciting match. Now, I'm going to go to the next match, which is going to be the match between the Mumbai Indians and the Delhi Daredevils. Now, Mumbai Indians, this match was being played at the Delhi Daredevils home ground, Firozshah Kotla. Daredevils won the match, put the Mumbai Indians into bat. Mumbai Indians on the bat got on to a flashing start thanks to Lendl Simmons opening the innings. Lendl Simmons was flashing the blade at the pace bowlers Zahir Khan, Kagishore Rabada and Peter Cummins, and he was actually dispatching them for a lot of boundaries, and also he was hitting some nice sixes as well. And Lendl Simmons was absolutely in his element. At the other end, Parthiv Patel was extremely sedate, But that didn't really matter, as Lendl Simmons was taking the attack by the scruff of the neck. And little before one could realize, thanks to Lendl Simmons' very aggressive knock, the score had reached 79 in the 8.4 overs, which was pretty good going, and the pitch was full of runs, I can say that. But then Amit Mishra struck by actually getting Parthiv Patel stumped by punt for 22 balls with 3 fours. And there was a promotion done in the batting order by the coach, probably Kiran Mahela Jayawardene, who actually promoted Kiran Pollard to go and have a bash. And he was not the one to shy away. Amit Mishra was bowling well, so he was given another trundle, and Amit Mishra disappeared for 2 sixes as soon as Pollard entered the crease. And also Kiran Pollard hit 4 sixes, and all the 4 sixes that he hit was of Amit Mishra. He once again hit 2 sixes in the subsequent overs, and Kiran Pollard was continuing the momentum which was kept up by Lendl Simmons. And when Lendl Simmons and Kiran Pollard was the crease, it was a Trinidadian summer going on, as they were just belting the balls to all parts of the ground. The ball was just disappearing into the boundary and over the boundary, and it was really a very difficult time for the Delhi Daredevils bowlers. But that was going on, and finally Anderson picked up the wicket of Lendl Simmons for 66 of 43 deliveries, 5 fours and 4 sixes. After that, Rohit Sharma was dismissed cheaply for 10 of 6 ball. Didn't matter. In the final bend, it was Kiran Pollard was still there, not out on 63 of 35 deliveries, 5 fours and 4 sixes. And Hardik Pandya smashed the bowling to make an unbeaten 29 of just 14 deliveries, 1 4 and 3 sixes. And Mumbai Indians went and sat on a total of 212 for 3, which was a marvellous score on this pitch, no doubt about it. So 212 for 3, Mumbai Indians, always a big score, no doubt about it. Zahir Khan today playing, got hit for 29 runs of his 4 overs. Kagiso Rabada, 4 overs, 1 for 33. Cummins was the one who got the maximum tap, as he was absolutely smashed, I would say, for 59 runs without a wicket to his name. Amit Mishra got clattered for 37 runs of his 4 overs with 1 wicket. Mohammad Shami, 2 overs, went for 16. Corey Anderson, 2 overs, no maiden, 1 for 29. Now, it was the turn for the Delhi Daredevils to actually chase a total of 212. And looking at the way Delhi Daredevils have been playing, one would have probably thought that daredevilry would be coming into the picture, no doubt about it. But that was an absolute misnomer, as today this Delhi Daredevils were bowled out for 66, and that was really pathetic, to say the least. Well, they were under extreme pressure with the Mumbai Indians bowlers not really giving an inch. And they definitely worked out a plan. They probably knew where exactly to bowl, which bowlers will bowl to which batsmen. They were completely, I think they made a great study of things, and they saw to it that they executed all their plans in the centre very well, as Mitchell McClenaghan and Lasith Malinga started proceedings. The first wicket to go, Sanju Samson, was a victim of the bowling of McClenaghan for North. After that, Shreyas Iyer was picked up by Lasith Malinga. Lasith Malinga took his wicket for 3. Harbhajan Singh was bowling well, and Harbhajan Singh, as you know, he has been doing well against Karun Nair, and Karun Nair fell a victim to Harbhajan Singh. Karun Nair was doing well till such time Harbhajan came to the crease. Once Harbhajan Singh started bowling, it was all over for Karun Nair. Out for 21, the highest score in the Delhi Daredevils innings of 15 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6. Rishabh Pant, as soon as Rishabh Pant came, it was Rohit Sharma's good captaincy. He brought Jasprit Bumrah into the attack, and Jasprit Bumrah has always been taking Rishabh Pant's wicket, and this time it was no different. He was gone. Caught Simmons bowled Bumrah for duck. Corey Anderson was a victim of the bowling of Malinga for 10 of 8 deliveries, 2 fours. And then the Karan Sharma, the spinners got into action. Karan Sharma also did a good job. Marlon Samuels was very well taken at slips by Rohit Sharma. What a catch from Rohit Sharma. An absolutely superb catch taken by Rohit Sharma to see the back of Marlon Samuels, which was a big wicket according to me. And after that, they were left with the tail enders. Patrick Cummins, Harbhajan Singh also doing a good exhibition today of bowling very well. Not only that, we also got to see the Dusra that Harbhajan Singh has always bowled in international cricket. So Peter Cummins was out, caught Patel bowled Harbhajan Singh for 10 of as many balls with 1-6. Kagishwar Rabada was out for naught to the bowling of Karan Sharma. Mohammad Shami was a victim of Harbhajan Singh, and Zahir Khan was the last man out of the bowling of Karan Sharma. Amit Mishra was not out on 9, and these Delhi Daredevils made a pathetic 66 all out to ruin their chances. In fact, now Delhi Daredevils have a very tough time. In fact, they have to win all the remaining matches if at all they have to clinch the playoff position in the IPL. The bowling, so as I said, Mumbai Indians registering the highest margin of victory in IPL history, 146 runs victory over the Delhi Daredevils today, which also helped the Mumbai Indians becoming the first team to get into the playoffs of IPL 2017, and congratulations to them. As far as the bowling was concerned, Mitchell McLennan, 2 overs, 1 for 18. I mean, the pressure was relentless. First was the pressure of the tall score of 212, then the pressure of the bowlers bowling in the right areas. Lasith Malinga, 2 overs, 2 for 5. Every bowler contributed. Jasprit Bumrah, 1 over, 1 for 6. Harbhajan Singh, 4 overs, 3 for 22, bowled marvellously. Karan Sharma doing his job perfectly. 3.4 overs, no maiden, 11 runs and 3 wickets, and Hardik Pandya, 1 over, none for 2. And the man of the match was the opener from the Mumbai Indians opener, Lendl Simmons. What a knock from him. He took the man of the match award. Well, dear fans, subscribers, I don't have much time to really dwell on anything right now. I'm just going to tell you what exactly is coming up tomorrow. England are taking on Ireland in the second one-day international that is coming up. So that's a 2-match series, and Ireland will be hoping that they can try to level the series. They might probably put their best foot forward tomorrow. As far as the IPL is concerned, there's a good match coming up, but RCB, as you know, they are down and out, but Kolkata Knight Riders will be taking on the RCB. And the other match is going to be of much importance, as Kings 11 will be eyeing a playoffs place in the IPL 2017 as they take on the Gujarat Lions, who are down and out in the IPL 2017. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it was a real pleasure bringing you this exciting cricket happenings today. Hope you all loved it, and I'll be seeing you all tomorrow. That's on a Sunday on my next cricket happening show. Till such time, it's sayonara.